Good Thursday evening, everyone. Just wanted to give you an update on our severe weather situation that looks to be developing over the next 24 to 36 hours or so. So just give you an update on that. And right now we're seeing a few thunderstorms over in East Tennessee, just east of Cumberland County, actually, right now. Those are moving away from our area. We saw some other showers and thunder showers move across portions of the plateau earlier this evening. Those were not severe, nor were they anywhere near severe limits. But other storms that we deal with over the next day will be severe or close to it. Now, this is the Storm Prediction Center outlook for Friday. Now, you see that red shaded region? That's the moderate risk. That's where the worst of the storms are expected to be. So that's your Bowling Green, Kentucky. I'm stretching back toward Paducah, back on over toward southeast Missouri. So that's going to be the place where things are the most intense. Now we are in the enhanced risk, so that's nothing to that's not too shabby, that's for sure. So we need to be very weather aware for our Friday. Now this particular graphic is more or less for the Friday night stuff. Now, we've got a couple of chances for severe weather between now and the bigger event, if you will, for Friday night. But Friday night is definitely where the main focus is being placed. So for Friday and Friday night's level of concern will be at level 3. That is definitely a meteorologist mark weather alert day and night. So I'll be watching it close and keeping you all posted, of course. Now, Thursday night, tonight, main threat time frame 9 p.m. to midnight. That still looks to be mainly for areas closer to the Kentucky border. So if you're along or north of a line from Livingston to Jamestown to Oneida and points north, that is the area of greatest concern for tonight. This is a very low end concern. So not looking for anything widespread or too significant, but we cannot rule out an isolated severe storm in these areas later on this evening. Right now, not looking at anything too threatening on radar for sure, but in this environment, as warm and humid as it is, any kind of disturbance aloft sliding through could easily spark off a strong to severe thunderstorm. Now, I'm saying the main risk is, areas closer to Kentucky border, but if it storms anywhere in our area tonight, be aware that certainly could become severe. It's just that the greatest potential for that is for those of you closest to the Kentucky border. The same is true in the morning, except a greater coverage area is highlighted for the potential for severe weather. So not only are you all who are closer to the Kentucky border at a greater risk, but those of us who are maybe a little farther from the Kentucky border are also a little bit better risk. So you're talking about all of Overton County, all of Fentress County, all of Pickett County, pretty much the northern half of Morgan County, and then all of Scott County. Now, that is where the greatest risk is. Could a severe thunderstorm happen in Crossville? Of course it could. That's just not where the greatest chance for that is. The main threat time frame 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. So all guidance is suggesting a cluster of strong to severe thunderstorms could move into the region in that time frame in the morning and bring us some heavy rainfall, some storms. Now, let me tell you this. If that does not happen, then that leaves our atmosphere to grow even more unstable for Friday night's event. So if we can get a lot of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, hopefully they're not too severe, because it will be early morning. Early morning hours are usually when you have your least chance for a severe thunderstorm, because the atmosphere is a little cooler, a little bit more stable. So if we could get a lot of rain and storm stuff in the morning, and let's say it lingers later than expected, like closer to the noon hour, that's really going to hinder the atmosphere from being able to destable as much as it otherwise would before Friday night's storm threat arrives. So that'd be kind of nice, because then we'd get the rain in the morning, some thunder and whatnot, and then a more stable atmosphere through the afternoon and evening before more storms arrive Friday night, but our atmosphere is stable enough to where things don't get too crazy. So, and we've seen that happen a lot. I've seen that scenario play out many, many times. So let's let's see what happens and hope that that does happen. I just will say this: the chances for that are a little bit slim, but they're not zero for sure. If the storms do come in the morning and they move out real quick, sun pops out by 10 a.m., you know the drill. The more heat and humidity we build up tomorrow, the greater the risk for our storms Friday night. So that puts our threat time frame. We've got that. I backed it up a little bit, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's for the entire area, and I left the threats at the same level. That's good. You don't want to see me keep increasing threats, right? Because you've seen me do that before, and we had some pretty rough stuff. So from last night's update, this morning's update, so things have not increased dramatically. I think I did increase them a little bit this morning from last night's, but this is stable. This is staying the same. But if scenario one plays out, we get rain storms in the morning that linger through the noon hour, and then the atmosphere can't destabilize, and these threats will probably just hang out here. If, heaven forbid, we don't get any rain in the morning, or we do and it moves through quick enough to where the sun can come back out by, say, 10, and we heat and humidity it up really good in the afternoon and evening, then you're going to see my thunderstorm wind threat is going to slide over to the high. Okay, so, but you all know that drill. You know, more heat and humidity, better chance for severe thunderstorms. So, a lot to watch. We're still in severe weather season. Remember, March, April, May is our peak severe weather season here on the Cumberland Plateau. And that is certainly proving to be true this year. We've had a lot to deal with. We have been lucky so many times. You all have seen me say that we've had everything in place, and storms either go to our north, they go to our south, or they just somehow weaken before they got here. We've had severe weather all around us this spring. Will our luck hold for the next 24 to 36 hours? It certainly could. So we'll see what happens. I'll have a fresh update in the morning. I'll issue special updates as needed on the app and website anytime tonight if it were needed throughout this whole event. So you just keep it right here, Meteorologist Mark.